Hey guys, okay, today we're going to be replacing the spark plugs on this 2012 Dodge Ram 1500 with the 5.7 liter Hemi. It happens to be a 4x4, but as long as it has this engine, the process should be the same. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to get some components out of the way so we can actually access the coils and the spark plugs. At the end of this video, I'm going to go through which spark plugs you actually need, gapping them, and the tools that I used. I'm not going to do it now because most people just want to see how you access the spark plugs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the easiest spark plug to get to, or the two spark plugs to get to, and also the hardest one, and then I'll just speed through the video of me doing the rest of them, because if you know how to do those two, the rest should be pretty straightforward. And then push on the black tab. Using this hose clamp, disconnect the tabs on the air filter. Move this hose. Get that out of our way. And the air box should just come out as well. Take it out all at once, but it's just easier in two pieces. And then next we're just going to lift off this engine cover. It's just held on with some clips. Okay, so I've got a little bit of a stool here. So I'm actually going to remove this hose right out of the way. It just comes right off. Okay, so arguably the easiest one to get to is right here, or the one coil, two spark plugs. So we'll remove that one first so you guys can see what's going on. So first thing you want to do is remove the clip. So you just push on it, pulls right off. Just tuck it out of the way. And then 10mm socket. Remove these two bolts. And you can go ahead and pull the coil out. You can see these are rubberized, so they do come out fairly easily. And your spark plugs are located down in there. So there's the tops of them. So one tool that will really help you out is this 5/8 magnetic spark plug socket. This is by Gear Wrench. Just got it on Amazon, and it swivels, so it'll make your job a lot easier. It's not so much on this one here, but on the one that's difficult to get with, it'll definitely make your life easier. And it has a 3/8 drive. So that's why this makes it really nice. It's just the right length. It just sticks out of the valve cover and it's magnetic. And judging by the looks of these, I want to say they were probably never done, and whoever did put them in didn't put any anti-seize on the threads. Okay, I said I was going to wait to the end to show you these, but whatever, I'll just do them as I'm doing it. So you're going to require 16 NGK LZFR 5C-11s for this particular year and motor. Check your manual for your exact specifications. And then these particular ones are going to be gapped to 0.043. I checked every spark plug, and I'm just using this little gap measuring device here. And they are all gapped to 0.043 right out of the box. So you can see that you just slide it and then it'll stop where it's gapped at. And then if you did need to make the gap bigger, you can just use this, you can pry on it and it doesn't touch the electrode there. So yeah, definitely get one of those. And that is what the new ones look like. And one more thing we're going to do is just put a little bit of anti-seize on the threads to make them go in smoother and to come out easier next time. And you don't need a ton, just a very small amount, just right there like that, and it'll work its way around. So the nice thing about this socket is it's, like I said, magnetic, so it'll hold that in there, and then you can go ahead and place your spark plug back in and thread it in by hand. And then we're going to torque it down to 156 inch-pounds or 13 foot-pounds. Okay, and then we're going to reinstall the coil. As you can see, they put a little bit of dielectric grease, likely from the factory. I'm just going to add a little bit more. I'm just using this Grote Ultra Seal. Just add a little bit right there and right there. Install our bolts. I do not know the torque spec on these. I can't find it. However, it is not a lot. They're just holding these coils on, so do not over torque it, and I don't recommend using power tools because they screw into metal inserts that are just molded into the plastic of the valve cover. And then we'll go ahead and reinstall our connector. And you're good to go. So now we're going to tackle the hardest one, or what I think might be the hardest one, is that driver's side back one near the brake booster. Okay, so this one and this one are arguably the most difficult to get to, but they're not too bad. So let's just get it off, and then I'll maybe show you how I'm standing in the vehicle like this, coming from this side. I've got my left foot on the top of the strut or spring here, and so I'm not really damaging anything, and I've got my right knee on the top of the fan shroud. Oh, we're gonna get in there. I think I can get in there. Right in here. So I've got the two screws out, and we're just going to pull this coil off. Let's put it right there. And then this one will be the same. Screw there, I'll take those off. But you can see, I've got my foot on top of the spring mount here. I just move that shroud out of the way, that plastic shroud, it easily moves. And then I've got my right knee with a cloth on top of the fan shroud, and that's the perfect position to get to these, because your hand's flat, as opposed to standing over there and, you know, bending your wrist back like this. I think I'll be able to get to them all from here. So I think this might be the only bolt that I can't get my power wrench on, and maybe this one. Okay, so that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to quickly go over the tools that I used on this job. So I got away with these exact tools right here. This helped take things out a little quicker, but you don't need that. It's a electric ratchet, flathead screwdriver. I use this short 10mm socket at the end there just for quickly turning in the coil bolts. I've got two size of 10mm. I've got a long one, short one. I've got my torque wrench here. This extension was probably the most useful thing of all these tools. So yeah, gear wrench, 5/8, swivel, magnetic, spark plug socket. And then I use this here just for the hose clamps. And then this came in handy as well, this 3/8 drive ratchet. I had a couple ratchets just going there. You could see in the video. This one to tighten things down because it's easier to move, and then the final torque with the torque wrench there. But just having a variety of different tools does make it go a little quicker. However, you could probably just get it done with this and a 10mm. And if you don't have this swivel, you could get it done with a straight one, just be a little bit more difficult. So you could get it done with those three tools right there. And of course, I had a little bit of anti-seize and the dielectric grease, which I showed you. So there's all the old ones out. They're looking pretty grimy. Like I said, I think they've been in there since new. This thing has 120,000 on it. So I'm glad we changed those. If you have any questions, please just leave them in the comments.